Well, the disciples come up to Jesus as he's passing this man who's physically blind. And the disciples say to Jesus, "Rabbi," which means teacher, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? He responds and he says, "Neither this man nor his parents sinned." But he says, "Neither this man nor his parents, but this happened so that the work of God might be displayed in him." He then does something very unexpected. It's not something we see even ourselves commonly as we're reading the Gospels. He spits on the ground. He mixes saliva with dirt to create clay, and he gently applies it to the man's eyes. And then he instructs the blind man to go and wash in the pool of Siloam, a name that means sent. Now, the method is a bit strange, but if you push deeply, there's symbolism here. Who is the one that made man out of the dust of the earth? It's God. It's Yahweh. Jesus is now recreating something out of the dust of the earth. And then he's not stopping there. He wants to make a connection that's important. And so he says, go to this pool named Siloam. Now, culturally, that was really important in Jewish life, this pool. During one of the major Jewish festivals, we could compare it to a week-long Thanksgiving. They called it the Feast of Tabernacles. But that's probably the easiest way for us to understand. People would draw water from that pool and remember God's provision throughout the whole Old Testament story. So when Jesus sent this man there, he's pointing to something deeper. He's pointing to the source of true life and healing. He wants him to understand, listen, I'm the sent one. I'm the provision that God has made. This pool and all God's provision in the Old Testament was pointing to me, the ultimate source of living water and healing. And I can just imagine this man's feelings as he approached the pool, perhaps his heart pounding with expectation. Nothing like this has happened. Maybe there's a mixture of hope mingled surely with some kind of doubt. Am I being a fool? What if this doesn't work? But in a beautiful act of simple faith, he obeys, and as he washes, his eyes opened. And for the first time, light flooded his darkness, colors burst forth, faces came into view. Oh, that's what a face looks like. The wonder of that moment. Could you imagine him? I wonder if he had shouts of joy or if they were just simply tears streaming down his face as he looked for the first time on the world that God had created. So, church, this is precisely the miracle that Jesus performs spiritually on every believer's life. When we trust him, he opens our spiritual eyes and he transforms darkness into marvelous lights.